Guys, hi. It's time for the April monthly Q&A.
We just made it.
Patreon. What?
We just made it.
We just made it
We haven't
because
made it
of
yet.
celebration. No, whatever. Anyway, it's time to answer your questions. They don't have to be Star Wars related, so it can literally be ask us anything. AMA.
And
Okay.
full disclosure, like Lacey with the
AUA.
resistance transmissions, I have not looked at any of these, so I hope I didn't need to prepare.
Excellent. It's going to be fun. So the first one comes from Todd Desgros, whatever his last name is.
Can I say it just for one
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
De Grossier.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, it's French?
Yep. I think.
De Grossier?
De Grossier.
That's French.
I guess, but that's how it's pronounced.
Hi, Todd. His question was, what was your favorite
Hi,
moment of
Todd.
celebration, and why was it the Mandalorian panel? So I'll start with James. James, what was your favorite moment of celebration, and why was it the Mandalorian panel?
I don't know. I want to say it was the Mandalorian, but I don't know. I had a lot of hype going into the Mandalorian thing, but I think there were two kind of weird letdowns, sort of. They didn't show everybody the Mandalorian footage, so no one's talking about it. And two, they didn't show gameplay during Fallen Order, so nobody's talking about it. It's like they had like these good things, but there was like the one thing that's missing that we're like, oh, well, we thought we were all going to get blank and we didn't. So now there's nothing to talk about, even though there's still a lot to talk about.
So what's your favorite moment, James?
My God, Lacey. I'm going to ask you a question and then go straight to you. And all right. I don't know. Probably the whole reaction bit to the episode 9 thing.
That's a great moment. John?
Hanging out with Todd De Grossier, I think, is my highlight. No, it was. First of all joking aside, it was great hanging out with everybody and meeting people, and everyone was really nice and everyone got along, and it was really cool seeing you guys develop friendships with each other because you listen to us. That's kind of cool. And but I got to say, our panel, walking out of our panel after having it been done, and just people hugging us and coming up to us and saying we did such a good job and they loved it, and that relief, and then hanging out with everybody at the Arc Bar. I think that was for me the number one highlight, besides the cackle.
I think my favorite moment was definitely hanging out with people at the Arc Bar. The panel was cool. It was an emotional ride for me. But yeah, hanging out the bar was my favorite part, I think. Just seeing everybody, getting to know everybody, and then chatting with each other. And I said this before, and I'll say it again, like it just felt like I was seeing friends that I've known forever that I was just seeing again after a long period of time.
Oh,
it's weird.
What's weird? That
John's thing that he just did.
Oh. John likes to make fun of me and make me uncomfortable.
Lacey was just ready to rip James' head off, but it turns out he was talking about me.
I was. Okay, next is Mark at Dekina Vacans. And he writes, after November, what streaming services will you continue to subscribe to in addition to Disney Plus? John, you are the streaming king.
Am I?
What? I don't know. You always talk about it. What? What are you gonna keep streaming?
As long as they still have The Office, Netflix. Other than that, probably not. Oh, I have Amazon too. So Amazon Prime Video and Netflix. As long as they don't get rid of The Office, they get rid of The Office, I take it back. I send it back.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. I have Amazon because I have Amazon Prime.
I will send it back. Is that the? Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I got rid of Hulu a while ago.
And I never had Hulu. Was it any good? No.
No. It was good when it was. So when Hulu first started, when I was in college, it was for free, no commercials.
Wow.
Then it was you pay, no commercials. So I paid. Then it was 1 commercial. Then it was 5 commercials. Right. And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. James, what are you going to keep streaming?
Same thing I have, which is Netflix and Hulu.
Nice.
But I don't really watch either one of them, to be honest with you. Not really. There isn't anything in particular. I might catch like a Marvel movie for catching up or something, but I am all YouTube, man. That's me. That's where I go to right when I pull up Apple TV. I'm like, something to do. I go to YouTube and I follow all my subscriptions and channels and stuff. I'm more about the content creator than the content consumption,
Nice.
But
next is Aaron, one of our generals. Hi, Aaron. He asks, do
Hello.
you think The Mandalorian has been hired to capture or kill a main character, such as Luke, Leia, Ahsoka, etc.? James, you're our Mandalorian guy. Do you think that he's been hired to capture or kill a main character?
Nope, not at all. I don't think any main characters are showing up in this like at all, especially the first season. If they later down the line want to go like, this is a freaking runaway hit, we're doing something, maybe. But I think this story is supposed to be a pocket of the Star Wars universe, and they want to branch out. They don't want to lean too heavy on stuff, and this is a really good opportunity for people to learn and feel close to new characters. So nope.
John, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially when you think main characters, that means you would have to recast Han, Luke, or Leia, and they're not doing that.
Favreau, baby, is gonna make him young.
Yeah,
CG or something.
Fans will lose their mind, and so I don't think that's the case. And I agree with James.
It's also offensive because Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill are still alive.
Right.
So it's like weird.
And I agree with James. They're kind of trying to set their own path with this show, though I do think Boba Fett will appear at some point in this series. Like I said, possibly at the very end of season 1. But no, I don't think he's hired to hunt anyone popular that we know in Star Wars.
The Rancor Keeper.
The shirtless, first shirtless baby.
Yeah, I agree with both those statements, so I'm going to move on. Next is Tampa Movie Guy. Hi, Tampa Movie Guy. He asks, should we be disappointed that we didn't get any details about the Old Republic movies, the Rian Johnson trilogy, or the potential Kenobi series / movie at Celebration this year? And are you guys definitely going to Anaheim Celebration? So I'll start because I didn't really answer the last one because Mandalorian. Tampa Movie Guy. I am disappointed that we didn't hear anything about the Kenobi movie because I think he's a goat. So series movie. He said series or movie. The Rian Johnson trilogy, I'm not surprised that they haven't shared anything. I think that's still kind of in development. They're trying to figure out where it's going to go. Plus, I think they're going to wait, like John said on the last episode, that they're going to wait until 9 is out to even talk about it, I think, because they're going to gauge the reaction. Not that it's Ryan's fault at all. I love Ryan. I just think he's kind of tied to this negativity that they're trying to kind of get over.
Which you haven't heard yet. But the episode comes out Thursday.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Then the Old Republic movies. I am very disappointed because I am the biggest Knights of the Old Republic person that wants that to happen. So yeah, I am disappointed. But I will go to Anaheim Celebration in 2020. John.
Yeah, I think we're all planning to be at Anaheim 2020. I think we're all planning to podcast again there. We may even be doing other events with other people. We'll see what happens there once we know when it's happening officially. But yeah, I was definitely disappointed because I'm gonna get cracked in the face with a pie now. So there you go.
Hey,
why do we do this?
Old Republic movies. I still think I could see Benioff and Wise doing that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think those will be the next movies we see announced. Will be whatever those guys end up doing. And yeah, you'll see on the pod on Thursday that I think they're just trying to keep Rian Johnson away and let 9 be surrounded by positivity. And not that they don't think anything bad about Rian Johnson, but a lot of fans do, and they don't want to turn that back up as they're trying to promote episode 9. So they're going to put Rian away in a vault somewhere until Christmas and then pop him back out and be like, all right, 9's done. Here's Rian Johnson again. So that's what I think's happening there. But yeah, I guess we learned our lesson. Celebration is not for new announcements. So now I'll go into Anaheim not expecting anything, and I'll be pleasantly surprised, I guess, maybe.
James, I got the next question for you. Or do you want to add to that?
Just that I think the question was, should we? And I was like, no, you shouldn't be, because I never thought that this was the celebration to get that news. I've even before this one happened, I was like, it's whatever the next one is. Nice. It's not coming till after 9. Yeah. So
right. The next question comes from Adam Odell, one of our generals. Hi, Adam. He asks, somebody asked this in the Alan Tudyk panel, and I thought it was a good one. If you could erase a movie, book, story, etc. from your mind and experience it again for the first time, what would you pick and why, James?
Wow.
Empire Strikes Back. I think that's a good one, right?
Does it have to be Star Wars?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah,
or you could. I mean, you could answer anything. Give a Star Wars answer and a non-Star Wars answer.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely say Empire Strikes Back because that's the big moment that I don't feel like I ever really got because I always just kind of knew, you know. Go around. Let me give it a second to think of another one outside.
John, Star Wars answer.
Oh, I mean, Empire is good, but I'll say The Force Awakens because I remember how happy I was for Star Wars to be back. If I could feel that feeling again, that'd be cool. Then I'll come back around for my non-Star Wars answer.
John taking my answer. I would say Force Awakens too. I love that movie, and I've seen it so many times I can quote things, which I do while I'm watching it. And I get really excited when I watch it because I think I am chasing that feeling, John, of when it came back into the movies. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually sitting in a movie theater
awesome?
watching a Star Wars movie. Yeah. I spent my whole life thinking I would never have that feeling again.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, yeah.
Something I could erase and watch again. Ooh.
I'm trying to think of movies that had like twist endings and stuff that I would love to be surprised again.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really anything that's jumping out like in my head that I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't know that. I'll have to come back to you, Adam. Do you guys want to come back to Adam?
I have a couple.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay, go.
You got?
Back to the Future. All three. I love all the whole thing. The way everything pieces together. The second one to me is the best one. But coming out of it, I'm just like, oh, like even 3, I'm just like, how everything comes together with what happened in 2 and the fact that they filmed the second 2 together or last 2 together. And it's just everything about that movie. Like, I love time travel and I loved when things are connective, which is why I'm so pulled into Star Wars in the first place. And I love the canon and I love all that stuff. So the connectiveness of those 3 movies are some of the best that I've ever seen put to film. And I would love being able to see or have someone say, I'm just going to tell you this. We wiped these movies from your memory, but you love them. Like you cherish these movies. They're really, really, really awesome. Now experience them again would be great. I'd be like, dude, I'm down. Where is this going to go? Who's Doc Brown?
You watch it again and you hate it. John.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it's
did he say
confusing.
TV? Did he say TV also or just
Pine
movies?
Mall now?
He said movie, book, story, etc.
Okay, yeah, so TV, I'll have to say the first 2 seasons of the show The Killing. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I love that show.
That show kicked ass.
So good. And then it just sucked.
And someone familiar who is involved with Star Wars, I think, may have written or was involved in that show. And I was like pleasantly surprised to hear that.
That last episode, like, guts you.
Yeah. So that for sure. And then movies, I would say, people may laugh at this, but I was very formative during these years. Scream. I loved that movie. The ending was a cool twist. And The Prestige. I would love to watch that again without knowing what's going on. So
yeah, sure. I think I'm going to take it a different way. I'm going to say probably books. I really like books. I know it's kind of surprising. I never talk about reading anything. I would love to reread Harry Potter without knowing what's going to happen.
The book person on the podcast.
And then there is a book called Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, which is my favorite book. And I would love to reread that again.
They made books out of the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, weird. Attachments, if you haven't read it, is really good. It's about a guy that reads people's emails.
He reads people's emails?
Yes.
That sounds creepy.
It's not creepy, I promise.
Okay.
Anyway, next is Nathan Shank. Hi, Nathan. He asks, John, what would you do if you're... What?
He likes to be called Thrawn, right?
Oh yeah, Thrawn. Hi, Thrawn. Sorry.
He's the guy you yelled at to stop dragging his phone across the floor or whatever he was doing.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. I was speaking loudly because the sound was loud. I wasn't yelling at you. I'm so sorry.
Lacey claims that means she likes you because she yells at me all the time. So there you go. You're anointed.
That's true. I must really like John. Nathan asks John, and I'm assuming this is for James too. Yeah, same's for James. Okay. What would you guys do if your kid grows up hating Star Wars?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be tough, I guess. As long as he doesn't like bully me or like make fun of me for liking it, I'll be fine, I guess.
You're not cool, Dad.
Yeah, so he's not like, oh, it's my dad. It's such a nerd. I don't want you guys to come over and see all the stuff on the walls. Like, so as long as he's cool with that, I mean, I'm not gonna force him to like things. But he may have to like the Yankees, though.
That's not gonna happen.
It's the same answer. I mean, my wife doesn't like Star Wars. I mean, she does, but like she thinks I'm insane. So it's just like it's separation of understanding, this person, we agree on these things but not on these other things, and that's kind of whatever.
Yeah, and there was a follow-up question from Adam of my future kids. So I don't have kids right now. Hello. Right. Awesome. I don't have kids yet, so I can spend money all I want, but if my kid didn't like Star Wars, I don't think I'd probably be gutted a little bit, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, only because both my parents don't like it. So
and Matt doesn't, right?
Matt doesn't. My husband doesn't. So he does, but he does because I do. But
he likes Maul.
He likes Maul. He only likes Darth Maul. But then in Solo, he didn't know who that was at the end. He's like, "Who is that?" I was like, "It's Darth Maul."
Darth Balls.
Stupid.
It's your favorite character in the whole franchise.
But yeah, so my parents never liked Star Wars, and it's funny because my friends will ask them, like, how did this happen? And they'll be like, I don't know. We bought her this movie, and it's been that way ever since. So I wouldn't care if my kids didn't like Star Wars. I would just love to know what they do like, because I enjoy being passionate about something, and I hope that if I ever have kids, that they're just as passionate about what I'm passionate about with Star Wars. Because it's like a whole different type of love when you love something this much.
Lacey, is there anything that you would hate that they liked?
Sports.
Oh shit! Oh shoot! All right.
Sports. No, right. I'm kidding. If they liked sports, I'd go to their games and stuff. But really quick side note: if people could just stop asking me when I'm having kids, that'd be like really cool. Next, Todd's back. He wants to know what type of pie will be used in the Great Pie Bet.
Lacey, pronounce Todd's last name, please.
De Grossier.
Close enough.
Okay. What kind of pie are you going to use?
For when I get hit in the face?
Yeah.
I would let James pick. That's the only fair way
to
go.
I get to pick?
He gets to pick. Yeah. But as long as it's a
pineapple pie,
it should be a cream-based pie, though. It has not like a
no. It should be a pasta-based pie, like a Hawaiian pizza.
What a waste of pizza!
Is because it has to. It can't just hit my face and then fall off, and then it doesn't like have that impact. You know what I mean? Like I have to look like the guys in Ghostbusters at the end with the marshmallow over their face.
I would definitely go for like a banana cream or a Hershey kind of like a pudding pie kind of deal.
Yeah. So I would say I would let James pick, but hopefully it's something that looks funny on video.
It should be a banana because James is a banana. Next is Len Brown.
At least I get my guesses right.
Wait, Lacey, how come you don't get you pick? What about you?
I would pick like a cream-based pie or like a pudding pie, because if you do a crust-based pie, it's not going to stick to your face. It's just going to hurt.
Right.
I just think it's funny that we're like, probably a cream-based pie.
I like baking, and I'm telling you right now, if you got hit in the face with an apple pie, it's going to hurt.
Especially in the winter, if we do that in the winter.
I'm telling you, James should just come out for the summer.
I understand these questions, but sometimes there's something that I just need to snap myself back on, like, thanks for donating the money, guys, to be able to hear us answer cream-based pie questions, like, thanks for chipping in.
CBP?
Yeah.
Len Brown wants to know, and I'm assuming Southern Kylo, if I remember correctly, this is your first time being in the same room with each other this past celebration. What was your reaction to each other? Were there any surprises? Also, what is it like to meet some of us? So, my initial reaction is I didn't realize John and James would snore so loud. It sounds like a lawnmower, especially when John's had a couple drinks. That was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
There was one night, I forget what night it was, that I had to literally put my headphones on, these ones, and play The Force Awakens so I could sleep. That's how loud they were.
Lacey listening to the national anthem all night.
No, it was just The Force Awakens. I woke up and it was on like the end screen.
You could see our James walking into the hotel room in the day one recap on our YouTube channel, Len. So there you go there. First, I mean, it's hard to say because I've met Lacey before. So first time meeting James, I was like, it was weird because I was like, wow, he's actually there. Like, there he is. So, but then it got really normal really quick. Like, it wasn't weird.
Yeah, I was yelling at John 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like when if you've ever met like a celebrity or something from a show where you're like, something's weird because I've seen this person on TV and in pictures so often that it's weird. It's like the picture is like in front of me, but like that's a real person. I know that kind of sounds weird to say, but it actually, you realize that it is a real person. Does that make sense? Sort of. No,
you said real person like 6 times.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like
you said John was tall. That was your initial reaction.
There was that too. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's a little.
I got that a lot that weekend. People were like, I didn't realize. I'm like, what do you think? I was like 5'4".
No, it's not that. It's that you're taller than the average height. So if you're, you're taller than the average bear.
except like Clayton Sandell and Mark Newbold. Those guys are like giants.
But you keep giving this example of like, yeah, I'm not tall. Look at Michael Jordan or Shaquille O'Neal. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that. Next to those people,
Jonas is so tall. Like, look at Jonas.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're like, I'm not tall.
Meanwhile, I'm Jonas. Like at John's like elbow.
Yeah. So that, all that.
Were there any surprises, James?
You said you just told me what my surprise was.
No, for you, were there any surprises?
You just said what my surprise was.
Oh, that he was tall?
Yeah.
I was saying, was there anything else that surprised you? No?
I was explaining that.
I think the answer probably.
Oh. Yeah. All right.
Might surprise him. No one.
Well, Jetta's next. Hey, Jetta. She asks, are you all going to do a trailer breakdown like the other podcasts have done?
Well, Jetta, why don't you tune in to the Resistance broadcast this coming Thursday, and the answer won't surprise you.
Next is Michael Moore, and he says, the rise of Skywalker... Yeah, more. The rise of Skywalker...
Like the Roger and me guy?
No, stop cutting me off. The trailer has caused many questions to rattle around in my mind. What part of the trailer is really causing you to wonder what is happening? James, what do you think?
What part of the trailer is making me wonder what is happening? Probably the Kylo thing, at the beginning of the trailer. I think that's probably like one of the scenes that I'm like, who's he fighting? When does this take place? He's boots on the ground right now. It looks like he's winning, so I foresee First Order winning this battle, whatever this is. So again, is this the beginning? Is this the end? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the Alpha or the Omega? I don't know. What do you think, John?
The beginning of the trailer itself, Rey, what is she doing? Why is she turning that way? Why is she running? How come that TIE fighter's not shooting at her? Why is she flipping over it just to show off her skills? Who knows? Is she landing on it? Is she cutting off the wing? Oh, that whole thing. I want to know what's going on there.
Yeah, same. Beginning of the trailer. Everyone keeps talking about how he's training her. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? Also, the Death Star. Like, I got to get answers to that, too.
Yeah.
That whole, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
True. Jetta's back again, and she asks, what would you like to see at next year's Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim 2020? John, what do you want to see?
Who was that, Jetta?
Jetta.
We want to see you, Jetta. We want to see you and all of our patrons to come hang out with us because it was a good time meeting all of you guys that came.
I wish I could relive it. I wish I could, like, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and relive the whole weekend again.
I'm telling you, I joked about the big fish thing, but it really was kind of like that. I was like, I know you, this is great. I know you, I know you. But what do I want to see content-wise? 2020? I don't know. Like, it's so hard to picture what it's going to... Maybe Kenobi. How about that?
Stop taking my answers.
A Kenobi
James,
trailer.
James, go ahead.
Everybody has the same answers. I'm going to throw one out there that is going to be kind of weird, but I want to see Resistance on the Celebration stage. I want Resistance Season 2 to have a strong presence that really makes people feel like this is a show that we're anxiously awaiting, because like Clone Wars got in there, and I understand that's like so long of so many Clone Wars stuff, but I kind of felt like coming out, people are naming a lot of things. They're like, man, this we're getting Fallen Order and Clone Wars and The Mandalorian, and they always skip over Resistance, and it bums me out. I was like, we got a full episode of The Resistance and a panel with the entire cast, and it doesn't feel like people are really talking about that. And I'm like, I love this show.
Well,
it's
season
great.
2 is already going to be come and gone by the time Celebration comes around.
No, that's my point. Is I'm hoping that season 2 is something that wins people over to the point where they're like, you gotta catch up on this show. And then when they announce Anaheim stuff, they're like, season 3 sneak peek celebration stage. You know,
maybe
that's what I want to see.
We'll see.
I want Kenobi, like John said, and then Knights of the Old Republic type project.
Ooh,
that's what I would like. I want Darth Revan.
Very good.
Okay, last question. From Nathan, our newest admiral.
Hey, filthy junk trader.
Yeah, and his daughter Bella. Hello. He asks, what unannounced projects do you think could show up on Disney Plus? Kenobi, Solo, etc.
Oh, I mean, come on.
James?
Lacey, you go first.
Gosh, yeah, I know. You always give it to me first. I'm like,
I did John in the last one.
I know, but I don't want you to be like, oh, you stole my answer, so I want to steal your answer. Let's go.
I want Kenobi to be a Disney Plus.
Oh, come on, Lacey.
I want it to be a series. I think that Alden and Jonas are just so great together, and I think that there are so many untold adventures that Han Solo could go on in the time frame that they're in, that it just opens the door to so many different possibilities. And I think they're really missing out on not doing a series. Like James always says it all the time. I would love a movie. That would be great. But I would totally take 10 hour episodes of Solo than 1 2-hour movie.
That's a good answer. Yeah, I'm down with Solo 2 being a series as well. I think that's, if it does happen, that's probably where it does end up happening. And it'd be cool if they named the episodes like Han Solo and kind of like an Indiana Jones nod type of thing. So yeah, I'd be totally down with that, and that would make the most sense to me. And then Kenobi, I think, is the latest I've heard on it was just yesterday that it's happening and there's stuff going on. So I think the Kenobi series is going to be going on. But I don't think you're going to get a Boba Fett series, but I think he may duck into the Mandalorian. They may branch that out a little bit. But I don't know. I don't have any other ideas for series, TV series. I know there's a lot of rumored stuff floating around, but I think a lot of it's hogwash. But I'm curious to see where they go with that. A Vader series would be awesome, but I doubt we ever get it.
The question was surprise series, so I would be surprised if they did it, but I would love to see it. The end of Rebels, the Ezra live action Rebels,
yes.
Sabine, Ahsoka.
Oh, live action?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
That is a surprise.
Maybe, but I would think that if they were going to do it and they were going to do it as an animated thing, it would just feel like Rebels season 5. So I think
is what they'll do.
I mean, that could be the case that they end up doing that, but I think it would be interesting if they were like, if they did kind of like a show that's maybe like The Mandalorian is not really about, I don't know, Boba Fett, but he might be kind of tied in loosely or something. I think it would be interesting if they maybe made a show and they were like, this will answer the end of, Ezra's going to be a character in this show. Sabine is going to be a character in this show or something.
I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry. Did they hint at all that they're going to finish that series?
Rebels?
Yeah, like with like the whole Ezra thing. Did they hint at that at all at the panel?
No. Yeah. So nothing was announced. The show's over. Rebels is over. But the thing is like
they left it so open.
There's something that's so open about that. It's just the same as Lost Stars. Like the ending of that book, just there's no way that story won't be finished. If not even by the original author, someone will come along at some point and finish that story.
Is that book any good?
Yeah. We have to get what happened to Ezra, what happened to Thrawn, what's the deal with Sabine and Ahsoka.
We casually ran into Claudia Gray outside of the Starbucks, and she's like, I think Lost Stars 2 will happen.
And then I was like, where's my Ben Solo book?
Yeah, and she's like, screw you.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah. No, she wasn't.
All right, guys, that's
my
all.
Answer.
Okay, cool. That's all we have. So thank you guys so much for being patrons. If you want to be on next month's Q&A, keep an eye out. In a couple weeks, I'll put up a post asking for questions. Or if you have any questions now, throw them below this video and we'll try to carry them over to the next one. But thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. From tier 1 to tier 5, everyone is fantastic. The support is unbelievable. And we're close to our third goal. I think we're like $60 away from the Rogue One commentary.
This is for James. This is
James.
This is it here. This is going to be James.
I'm going to make all my notes.
Big comment. He's going to bring He's going to bring all the candy to that commentary.
All the
pink
stuff.
Point out the music, point out the score. Giacchino does a good job here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much. You guys
John
are
Williams
awesome.
is overrated.
How
no. Awesome. Okay. Bye, guys. See you later.